Hi, and welcome to my channel. Whether you're picking up your guitar for the first time or just really looking to refine your skills, I'm just thrilled that you're here. For those of you who have not met me, my name is Matt Cipriano, and I'm excited to share my passion with music and guitar with you. With over 24 years of experience as a professional guitarist, a worship pastor, songwriter, and overall guitar enthusiast throughout my journey, I've learned a bunch of lessons, and I've actually carried over a lot of the lessons from songs I've learned over the years, and I wanted to help you hone your craft. And let's face it, guitar is one of those instruments that helps us tell others how we feel. So here on this channel, my mission is simple, just to make learning guitar as accessible and enjoyable as possible, whether through teaching, through entertainment, or just inspiration. I'm here to break down some complex concepts, but to give them into bite-sized pieces so you can understand them. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Today I'm going to share with you the intro to John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane. And I was listening to it the other day and I was like, man, there's a lot of really good techniques that are involved in that song in the very beginning. And I wanted to go over those techniques with you. The first technique is it's in the key of A major, which means that when it's in that key, there's only a certain number of types of chords that you can play in that key relative to that major scale. So A major is, for beginners, you probably would start here. But the way that it sounds a little bit different. So it would sound a little bit better and more accurate, closely representative to the record, by playing the A major like this, an A major 7. Now, you might not be very familiar with that, so let's go to something that you're probably more familiar with, which is F major 7. So this chord. We're only going to play the second, the third, and the fourth strings. So that's an F major 7. And then if you move it up a whole step, which is 2 half steps, that's a G major 7. And then you guessed it, 2 more half steps, A major 7. So that's the first chord in the progression that we're going to play. So it sounds like this. And we're going to use a hammer-on. A hammer-on is when you add your pinky, and we're going to add it to this note right here. It's actually going to be a D major. So we're going to go A. That sounds pretty close. But it also, something else is going on in the track. If you listen carefully, the strings are muted. So what he'll do is, I'm not exactly sure who's playing it, but what the guitarist will do is they'll take the butt of their hand and palm mute. So I have videos on this, but teaching that technique. But basically, you just take the fat of your hand and just kind of hang it over this saddle real quick. Kind of mute. You're muting the strings. So you take A major 7, and then check this out. So it goes, so A major 7, and you add that D, right? So simple, right? So that's the first part of that chord. Now, what's interesting is that instead of going back to the E major over here, you always want to make sure, and I try to tell people all the time, make your job as easy as you possibly can, because we're always dealing with 3 things. We're always dealing with the chords themselves and choosing the right chords, number 1. Number 2, you want to play in rhythm and strumming pattern, and number 3 is the chord transitions. So being able to go from here to here is kind of difficult. So there's got to be another chord available of which we can choose, and it's right here. So I'm using reference chords, so we reference the F major 7 to get to the A major 7. Well, there's an A major right here, that A major form. Well, you can actually use that, and it's a movable chord shape. So that would be A, C, so that's on the 5th fret, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So still on that 2nd, that 3rd, and that 4th string, and that's called a triad. So that right there is a C. If you move it up a whole step, that's a D. So that's actually one of the chords that's in this progression. Move it up another whole step, and then That's E major. So E major. So check this out. So you have A major 7, and then there's a slide. Now you have two options. If your fingers are really strong, you can use the ring finger to slide to the E, or you can use your index finger. Remember, if you use your index finger, you've got to get prepared much faster. So you could do it like this, but I would prefer that you use the ring finger. And that's where that finger strength and dexterity comes from. You just have to do it over and over to build up that strength, but it's a pretty cool chord transition. Now I don't want to drag it too much like I did there. I kind of made a mistake. So this is the effect that we're going for. So we have the E and then the D. So here's E, D, A major 7. So check this out. So this is what it should sound like. Alright, so you saw the progression, and the progression means like you're going from one chord to the next. So here's A major 7 to the E, to the D, back to the E, and we're sliding back to the A major 7. Now we're strumming down, so at the same time. So try it again. Now, if you're listening to that track, there's another guitar that comes in, and it's the electric guitar, and it's massive, and it's huge. And it's just the same chords, A, and then he uses an E with a hammer on, and then a mute to get to the D. It's like a mute, or for drummers, when you've got the cymbals, a choke. They call it a choke. So as you're playing this, and then it goes, the big A major, right? That's how that works. Movable chords, just as recap, we're having F major 7, so you get that A major 7 with that hammer on, and then you have this really cool moving A major to the C major, so A, C, D, and E, and so you can sound more like the original recording. Go ahead and click subscribe. We'll explore more songs and explain a lot more. But I think that was really going to be beneficial for you if you're learning how to play that intro. Playing music takes a lot of time, and it takes practice. And just remember to stay curious. You know, never hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if you need any guidance. But until next time, keep it up, and don't forget to play what you feel. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessings to you.